We, the consumer, want choices. Wasn't always the case, though. Whatever was out on the shelves, that is what we were stuck with. But nowadays, companies are spending huge amounts of money testing foods to give you and I plenty of variety and doing away with the stuff we don't like.
And that's where the UGA Griffin Sensory Lab comes into play. Recently, the monitor was allowed to film a particular research session the school was conducting for a major food company using paid volunteers from right there in the community.
Well, the main purpose is, of course, any food that we eat, we are the persons who are consuming it. So we humans are the best models to find out whether a food is acceptable or not. So my work as a sensory scientist and a consumer behavior specialist is to find out whether certain products are acceptable to the population or not. If a new product comes into the market, of course the marketing people, the big companies, they do huge marketing studies where they involve probably more than 30,000 people, do home use tests and things like that. But we basically give an idea that whether a product can be acceptable or not. So they can go back to their drawing board, they can figure out if they need to do some tweaking and things like that. So we are not, people confuse us when we do acceptability tests that you are marketing, you are helping with marketing. No, we are just giving an indication first whether a product is acceptable or not. We had some watermelon varieties. We are doing this test for a company. This is not for research. This is a contract work that we are doing. I'm not even going to analyze the data. Once I collect the data, and you saw that it was all computerized, so once we get the data in an Excel sheet, we send it to the client. In these kind of tests, we are asking them basically straight acceptability questions, that how much do they like a sample. So there were 5 samples of watermelons in this test. So for each sample, they went in and said overall how much did they like a particular sample. Not only that, would they buy it?
For the consumer that's going out, buying these products and going out to the grocery store, you can rest assured that the food you see on the shelves has been researched and tested before it's being thrown out there, I guess.
Most of the time, yes. Most of the time, yes. And it was not being done, it was being done, but not in such a very organized and scientific manner. Now, you can rest assured that most of the stuff that goes into the market, especially with this whole fad about health foods and taking out certain ingredients like artificial preservatives, chemicals, making clean labeling and everything, you rest assured that everything is going through at some level, consumer testing, acceptability testing. Companies know where they are.